Well, the quickest way I found is create yourself some debris as a padding, little mallet, just like that. So we ended up crushing 18.8 pounds, and then I added 1.2 pounds that I had in here to create the even 20. All right, so step 2. We now have a measured 20 pounds of dry crushed ore. And I had it soaking in water to get rid of all the lead dust, make sure no dust kicks up when I pour it into the pan. So 20 pounds means exactly 1% of a ton, which means we can get a very accurate measurement of tonnage out of the mine once this is processed. So always add a little jet dry or a little bit of soap to your water. Make sure you break the surface tension, especially because we're panning sulfides, not gold. All right, so 20 pounds. Actually, let's do this in here. Get rid of that rock that was holding down the hose. We're not doing all 20 pounds at once, obviously. There we go. Get them out. Let me see if I can show you all that. So now, see that? We've got it reduced down to just silver and lead there, silver lead sulfide. So we'll get that out of there and process down that whole bucket. All right, so there's 20 pounds of ore, all handled. Silver lead sulfide. So we will let that dry out here in the sun. All right, so the ore is done. Now it's time to go weigh it and then roast it.
All right, welcome back. So, what we have here is silver lead sulfide. It's currently roasting at 1400 degrees. What that is doing, it is burning off all the sulfur. You can even add a little bit of just regular sand to it to kind of help it along. So, occasionally we're going to come in here and stir it. All right, so right here we have a little bit of it got actually did fission or fusion, I mean. So some of that's going to end up being junk. We lost a lot of it because we had the heat up too high on that while roasting it. But we're going to try to see if we can salvage it by adding carbon. This is crushed charcoal. So, we're going to add crushed charcoal, a little bit of sand. You got to think, what did they have out in the middle of nowhere in the 1800s? That's what they had. Just in case there's any sulfur left, we're going to take some nails and some screws. Actually, we're going to take out the screws and use only nails, just to make sure it's iron. There we go. A whole bunch of nails. Cheap iron nails. Okay. Now, what we got to do? We're going to mix all that around. Get all that charcoal in there. All right. Oh yeah, she's about ready to come out of there. She's nice and cherry. She is nice and cherry. Yep. You ready to rock? Okay. Dump that in there, get her back in there. All right, there she is. So, the carbon and the flux should eat away any last little bit of rock. The nails will suck up and eat away at any sulfur and drive it off, leaving nothing but lead silver alloy at the bottom. When that gets done, I'll come check back with you. We'll record pouring it. All right, you see that smoke coming out of there? That is sulfur, arsenic, and lead. You don't want to breathe that in. That's a recipe for death. Why, we got the respirator. But we're going to try to get up in there real quick so I can show you. Lava. You see that lead boiling? That's that lead starting to boil. Check back in when it's done and ready to pour. We got the cone mold right there just in case there's any gold in there. It'll go into that, the overflow will go somewhere else. All right, moment of truth. Yeah, pretty lovely. So, let's see if I can do this. Oh, that's just slag. Glass. Now, I'm going to have to scrape all that out of there while it's still hot, so I'll be back to you. But we'll be back to flip that over.
Yeah, looky there. Oh, and we got some gold in there too. Oh, look. Tell me you see the gold. I see the gold. Oh. Wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it. All right. Big old hunk of lead right here. lead. Lead and slag. See what the smelt produced. After I chiseled away that nice beautiful chunk in there, we are at 13.34 ounces.
All right, we're getting back up to speed. Time to throw the lead in there. So, we chiseled out what we needed to. Got to get it in there. We'll let that melt down. Sorry. We'll let that melt down, and then we're going to add zinc to it in a 10-to-1 ratio. The reason we're going to add zinc to it is because zinc and lead are like oil and water. And zinc is also a natural magnet for silver. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put the zinc in there, and then the zinc is going to suck up all the silver out of the lead. Then, once it's all molten and I turn off the heat, the zinc is going to shoot to the top and solidify like the oil on water. It'll start turning hard way before the lead does. And then I can scrape it out and I'll have zinc silver alloy instead of lead silver alloy. All right, so here we have refined lead. All the silver has been taken out of it, and that is just nothing but lead. Now here we have zinc silver alloy and a little bit of a little bit of debris. That's zinc silver alloy with a little bit of Chapman's flux on the end. Now I've already added it back into the crucible, and we're going to fire this back up at 2,000 degrees. The reason for 2,000 degrees is that the zinc, along with the Chapman's flux, is going to burn everything right out of there, except the silver. So the zinc's going to burn out the any residual lead, plus the flux, and anything else that's not silver is going to burn out. Now there will be a little bit of lead left in it, but it's still going to come out sterling silver, and then from there we can cupel it. You don't want to breathe that in, that's for sure. Woo! Yeah, you don't want to breathe that in. That's a bad day waiting to happen. All right, we're getting our bar mold hot. We got that thing up over 2,000 degrees. That's burning off the last of the zinc now. Everything under that flux is pure silver and a little bit of lead, like 4% or less. All right, y'all ready for some silver bars?
Just to show you a cool way you can tell it's silver is when it cools too fast, it shatters. Little oxygen pockets get in there and then they explosively rip themselves out. Yeah, buddy. All right, one more thing to mention before I go is obviously that's not 100% pure silver. It will qualify with an acid test as sterling, but there is always going to be a little bit of lead left over. So the next step I have to do is to take those bars and coins that I made and cupel them, which means putting them in a bone ash or a magnesium crucible, and then the magnesium or the bone ash will suck out the last little bit of lead, leaving pure silver. So that step I am not going to film today because I don't have any cupels at the moment. But so you know that there is one more step that would have to be done to get your pure silver out. Have a good one. All right, so down in the basement now. It's nighttime, so I had to add one more thing, otherwise y'all would have been really disappointed. So that gold that I plucked out of that cone mold and put off to the side for later, we just got done with it. And as you can see, doesn't really look gold. There, you can kind of see the gold there. Now that's just basically lead and the gold, the little bit that was there, fused together. And then later I will take this and put it into its own cupel to get the lead off of it, reducing it to just the pure gold. But you can see the gold kind of reflects back and forth. But yeah, not sure how much that's going to weigh, but we'll definitely be able to let you know on a future date.